Ooh, these look good. Nice, very nice. Just grabbed the box of oranges that were just dropped off with this woman behind me on her scooter. So we now have some fresh oranges. This is like the approach. You can see that Fuji-san just comes up on the horizon. Like, I always feel like there should be some warning that you're about to see Fuji-san. Then, the dark side. What's the messed up part about being in Japan? Let's see here. Where do I start? Alphabetical or in order of pain to body?
500. And I mean, this is so tasty. It's just ridiculous.
I discovered that if you go up this little path here by the Abikawa, little path that the Gaijin, singular, the Gaijin knows about, you walk up here, and if the weather is just so, you can look over and you can see, oh, Fuji-san. You see over there? Look at her. Isn't that something else? Hello, friend. It's me, your old friend Martin. What I got here in my hand, this is my paper. These are my papers, my paper to get a new visa. I don't know if it's gonna be a 1 year, 4 year, or maybe this is just some elaborate scheme to get me in there to deport me right back to America. But I think I'm getting a 1 year visa. In Japan, when you renew your spousal visa, you go in and you do all your paperwork, you paid all your taxes, you've done everything, and you fill out a postcard. Then they send said postcard back to you. And when that postcard is received and it says that you need to get a tax stamp, which this postcard says, it means that I'm back, baby, I'm back. Let me do another take. I'm back. So I'm on my way to go get my visa renewed, and I came across something interesting here on the side of the road. It's a konnichiwa, ohayou gozaimasu. It's a ready-made. I mean, that's a very artsy-fartsy way of saying it. Marcel Duchamp was an artist that was maybe a neo-Dadaist. He's an artist that believed in ready-mades, meaning that there was artwork that you could just declare as art. You know, Andy Warhol sort of also subscribed to this school of thought that discussed what is art. You just declare something as art. So Marcel Duchamp had ready-mades. You may know his famous urinal. It's in the Museum of Modern Art, an upside down urinal that says Armat on it. But this is a ready-made Japanese house, I think. Here on the countryside, as I drive down, I just came across this thing and I thought I'd share it with you. It's just sitting on the back of the truck. Hey Brian, how you doing? I bet this one got your attention. Look at that. It's fully constructed. Isn't that something else? I mean, my small mind is fascinated by things like this. Look, it's just on the side of a truck and it's all the pieces are there. Look. It's a whole house driving up a mountain. It's the little things. It's like door handle, electrical outlet. I mean, this is why it takes me forever to get anything done, because these are the things that stop me and fascinate me. This is why I have nothing, is my fascination with everything. Solar panels in the sky, the solar panel truck going. Over here, what's this? What's this one? Got shoe guy up. Here's a something. It's like a roof panel. Look at that. The windows and everything. I need to slow down so you can see this one. There's the roof. Little Timmy's gonna live in there. Tim San's roof desk. Yeah, it's a whole house on the side of the road here in rural Japan. Ain't that something else? I'm off to get my visa today. And stop one is the house by the side of the road here. Okay, let me get back in the car and let these guys get moving. I've made their whole rest stop come to a stop. I'll see you down the mountain. Roll out, Autobots, roll out! All right. I'm living in Shizuoka, and Shizuoka is where a lot of the oranges are made. So I am going to grab some. Konnichiwa, ohayou gozaimasu. So I'm going to grab some oranges that were just dropped off here at this roadside stand for a mere 200 yen. Let's see. My son likes the really small ones. So yeah, you put a 200 yen, which is about $1.60, into this little box. And this, ohayou gozaimasu. Chisai suki desu ka? Oshii desu. My son likes the little ones. We're gonna drop a couple hundred yen in, and we're gonna grab a box of oranges that were just. Ooh, these look good. Nice, very nice, very nice. I got to just grab the box of oranges that were just dropped off with this woman behind me on her scooter. So we now have some fresh oranges as we take our 300-year trip down the mountain to get my Visa card. And this is where the oranges come from. This little stand on the side of the road. And this woman just dropped off the oranges. Now we're gonna get back in the car. Keep on going. With our oranges. I'm still driving to Shizuoka City, and I'm now off the mountain, and I am in Shizuoka City. I'm going down to City Hall to get my visa. And this is what it looks like. It's just your average Japanese city. But we're about to go over the Abe-gawa. And gawa is one of my Japanese words I'm proud of. It means river. We're going over the Abe River. And it's a pretty clear sunny day. And when you go over the Abe-gawa, you get to see this wild, breathtaking view of Fuji-san. This is like the approach. And you can see that Fuji-san just comes up on the horizon. Like, I always feel like there should be some warning that you're about to see Fuji-san. And let's see here. This is a green light to go forward. I'm just gonna pull over, but we're just gonna keep on going because that's more real. Let's see here. It just, I can turn off the turn signal. It just amazes me that it just sits there. It's just part of the landscape. It's just so ridiculous. I think that pulling over by the side of the road to show you is like less impressive than you seeing it in context. And there's someone on a bike here. Isn't that just wild? There she is. And then soon she will vanish into the city. When the sun hits just so, and there's not a truck directly in front of you, it's something else. But that's Fuji-san. There she is, disappearing into... I tell you, every single time I try to take a picture of Fuji-san, something like this happens. It's a truck or something. It's the most realistic version of her. She's back there, trust me. We'll get a better look at Fuji-san on the way. Or maybe on the way back, we'll take a look when we're going back up the mountain. Shizuoka City. I'm still in Shizuoka City. Every time I wake up, I think I'm gonna be back in the jungle. It's a little apocalypse now, a little Charlie Sheen. Yeah, I'm in Shizuoka City. I've made it down the mountain, and I am now in Shizuoka City. I hear the Shinkansen flying by in the background, and I've got my resident card with me. This card is going to be exchanged for another 1 to 4 years in Shizuoka, in Japan. When you have a resident card, it's extended either 1 to 4 years, and you don't know until you go. It's a bit of a lottery. So I'm waiting to find out how many years my residency will be extended. This is Shizuoka City. That is a Shinkansen. That's a JR track and a Shinkansen track. If we're lucky, a Shinkansen will come flying by. I think I hear one coming now. Oh, hold on. No, that's just regular old cars. But yeah, this is what Shizuoka City looks like. It's like I thought it used to describe it as like a Boston-sized city, but it's like everyone in America, everyone in the world kind of knows what Boston is. And my wife what did we come up with? We called it a Cincinnati, I think. Because it's sort of like it's a city that's big, but you won't really know about it unless you live here. So this is Shizuoka City, and I'm going to go get my new visa. Oh, there's a Shinkansen. She's pulling out. Isn't she beautiful? My goodness. Hey, old friend. JR in the background. I've seen the Shinkansen for 15 years now, and it still is like, wee! Ooh, there's another one, wee! There's something else. And she's just cruising. She's just coming into port. That bird can really fly. There's the Shinkansen coming into Shizuoka City on its way. That's the Tokyo bound one. In a few moments, you'll be able to have an incredible, breathtaking view of Mount Fuji. It's a perfectly clear day, so you'll get that bazillion-dollar view. With me, I'm heading to a city building to get my visa. But first, a tax stamp. I'm going to buy a 4,000 yen stamp. To you not in Japan, that's like a $27 stamp. And that's the price of another 1 to 4 years in Japan. It's 27 bucks. Not bad. All right, so we're going down, and see you on the flip side, Hambone. My papers. These are the steps to go up to the Shinkansen, and that screaming sound, that's the Shinkansen passing overhead. What I find kind of amazing is that, like, the Shinkansen is, 30 meters up there? Like, you can't, like, there's so many places where you can get so close to the train. Take these off so I can see a beautiful face. You look good today. There's so many places where you can get so close to the train here. Like in America, I don't think that you'd be able to get this close to the, I guess you can get this close to the Amtrak. That makes no sense. It just seems like so, like it's so vulnerable, or that it's such a utopia here that no one's going to mess with the train. I don't know where I'm going with this one. I just thought it'd be fun to see that sign, quite frankly. We venture on. For the next part of this operation, I'm here at the post office where I have to buy a 4,000 yen stamp. This is the Shizuoka City Central Post Office. I can't take you all the way into the post office because that's against the rules, but I'll tell you a little funny story about this post office. In the lobby of this post office is something that, well, he's not here right now, but there used to be sitting at this piano a giant stuffed bear, a giant teddy bear, and the teddy bear would play this piano because it's a player piano. When I first came to Japan, I thought that that was like the most magical, funny, wonderful, special thing. Once you leave the mountain, the gaijin are making a lot of trouble. But we can take a look here. You can peek in. And when I come out, I'll have a 4,000 yen stamp on my hands. I'll see you in a minute, my friend. There it is. I've acquired my 4,000 yen stamp. Now the only thing between me and my new Japanese visa is a trip up the little hill here in Shizuoka City to the immigration department. So I think we had accomplished two things here. One, you can take a look at everyday Japan. Whoa, sorry, I'm wearing a microphone and I'm not accustomed to such things. Let's see. There we go. That's a little better. Ooh, up the nose shot. So I think I can accomplish two things. One, I can show you like everyday Japan, which is, you see a lot of, ramen shops and Godzillas and Hello Kitties and such, but you don't often get to see the real deal of just everyday good old Japan. So that's one thing. But while we're taking a look at the mundane, And this is, Shizuoka City is, it's kind of mundane. I can talk to you about what it's been like to live here for 3 years. I uprooted myself on Christmas Day 3 years ago and decided to move to Japan with my then 5-year-old child and a savings account, a lot of optimism and hope. And here we are 3 years later. When I left America, a lot of people told me that different people told me different things. But one friend was particularly correct advice about what would happen. And one of the things he said is that you're gonna change, but everyone else is gonna remain the same. And if that ain't the truth, I mean, the changes have been so radical. I mean, there's a big obvious one, which is that even though, I'm a big fella, I'm a good, I don't know, 12, 15 pounds less of me than there was in America. Through no attempt of any type of exercise. If anything, I've drank more beer in Japan than at any point in my life. I don't go to bars or something, but just sitting around the countryside, once you've watched the daikon grow, there's a lot of space to drink beers there. So there's been a lot of beer drinking. But, it's like a good, 10 kilograms or so just fell off of me because of the American diet. I fell off the American diet. That was one big change. Another thing that happened is that, again with my body, is that I stopped aching. Like when I left for America, I still have it, it's older now, I had this middle-aged body that was beginning to falter. It's still faltering, but it doesn't ache anymore. My body doesn't ache. I have had a couple of times here where my ankles have given me some trouble because I was once an avid skateboarder. The little thing about being in Japan is that they're just shrines everywhere. This is a random shrine. We'll get back to skateboarding in a moment. We're not going to enter the sacred space, but we can just take a quick look around. So I've had a few weeks where I've been sore, but in America every day I was just so sore. Some of the soreness went away. That happened. Another thing that happened living in Japan is that I've alluded to this before, and I think I've probably made whole videos about it. I just stopped having to worry about anyone chasing me around, specifically the police and authority figures. I ceased to be a boogeyman. I'm a boogeyman, but there's this word I can't remember. It's the indoor and outdoor face in Japan. So everyone in Japan has this face they show the world, hane, something like that. And then they have the face they show their real expressions. And on the surface, you might be like, well, that's messed up. Everyone's face. You know what? It's really good. It's spectacular because no one walks around looking at me suspiciously or acting in any way other than I'm just a member of society. Whatever contempt they may have for me, they just save it for home or when I'm away. And one thing is that, I will, it's just you and me here, right? I'll go to some place where I know there's not been maybe ever another big black Kakujin before. And I'm just I know they want to look. And I'll walk by somewhere and then I'll figure out how to triangulate on a mirror so I can see their reflection after they pass me to see if they're watching me. And every time no one is watching me, it's this wild feeling. It's no one cares. So there's that. Just the anonymity, dignity, not aching anymore. Those are all the mad bonuses, man. Massive. Then, the dark side. What's the messed up part about being in Japan? Let's see here. Where do I start? Alphabetical or in order of pain to body? Half joking, half seriously. I moved to a really beautiful part that you may have seen in the past. It's poetry, the living poem that I have a home in. And home costs nothing. But Japan, I mean, this is the city in Japan. It's like Japan is really, and this will sound naive, maybe even racist, it's just only Japanese people pretty much. I mean, it's a wild thing. Like, every single person is Japanese. Like, this is really, like I mentioned earlier, it's sort of like being in Boston by 11:30. Like, it's just straight Japanese. It's just, and here's the ironic part. As I mentioned earlier, these people are really nice to me. Like, and everyone's following the rules. There's no traffic coming. And everyone's gonna stand here and wait for the light to change because that's just, the way. So there's that. On the flip side of this, it's really a society where there's not going to be a lot of change, man. Like, you're not going to change the way things are done. And that's like just part of what you got to accept. Everyone's going to just get what they get, and it's often just the way that it is, and there will be no exceptions. No exceptions for being 2 minutes late, no exceptions for being 15 minutes early, no exceptions for drinking a beer and moving your car to another parking space. Like, it's just the rules of the rules of the rules of the rules in Japan. So there's that. That's been good and just a lot to take in. Same note, everyone speaks Japanese here. Like, you must learn Japanese if you wish to have a fighting chance here. I've learned almost none, and therefore I have no fighting chance. Why am I smiling? I don't know, been lobotomized, I suppose. I'm smiling because I have another visa, which leads me kind of to the next point. My country's on fire, and I'm getting a visa that will grant me the ability to stay in a place that is not on fire for maybe 1 to 5 years, for as long as I want. The schools here have been great for teaching mathematics, community, manners, how to be a good human. When it comes to individual thinking, critical thinking, STEM, applied knowledge, creativity, it's surprisingly stifling. That's a big uh-oh for me. It's like in my son's art class, when they're assigned an art project, and I go and I look, like, everyone's made the exact same thing. Like, my son, like, if they have them all they're making a parfait right now, which is a dessert cup full of cream and crap. It's just so disrespectful. It's like a very popular parfait, and everyone's parfait is the same. My son's parfait will have, like, Chewbacca coming out of it or something insane. But I've had to, like, really hammer that into him to attempt to have him maintain his individuality, because Japan doesn't celebrate the individual. And the collective is part of the reason why everything works so well here. It's such a double-edged sword. Well, I'm lost, and I'll get back to you, and I'm rambling anyway. We're getting a new visa. Hang tight for a second, friend. Speaking of being on time, I'm 1 minute late to immigration, and there's a 99% chance I'm gonna have to wait an hour. Shite. Stupid gakakusha. So yes, while chatting with you, I missed immigration by 1 minute. So now I have to take an hour to get my visa. But that's another thing that I can kind of talk to. And that is the civility of Japan. I mean, everyone is going to take a lunch break for an hour, period. Everyone just does a full stop. Another thing that's interesting about Japan is that everyone eats at noon. Like, people are down at the 12 o'clock lunch. You could be sitting in any restaurant at 11:57, and all of a sudden, ba-bam, everyone's coming in at noon. So this is the immigration building here in Shizuoka, which I like to call Chi-Town, because that's what Kanye West calls Chicago. So here we are in Chi-Town. We're going to we're gonna look at this place. Look at this Jamaican food. Oh boy. That's do I get like a discount? You know what I mean? Oh boy. One blood. Wow, this is really happening here. Oh, hey, here's another one. In any other country on planet Earth that I've been to, I haven't been to all the countries, I've been to a few of them. Right now would be the part of the story where I would smoke a joint with these people. I wouldn't know them from a hole in the wall, but just showing up with long dreadlocks and being from America, they would instantly, I mean, this has happened in, like, I'm not gonna like reveal my scene of all my crimes, but all over the world, I've landed places, and it's sort of like people want to have the experience of smoking weed with a black guy with dreadlocks. So it's like an autopilot. Like if this were not in a place like Japan where we do not even discuss marijuana or anything like it, that's against the rules. Like this would be gonna get stoned and go into immigration super high and then like flop my way back up the mountain. But not in Japan, no. This is the moment of truth. This is the moment of truth. Lunch is past. I'm headed into the immigration office to find out if my visa will be extended for 0, unlikely because I have a tax stamp and I got the postcard as we've been discussing all day. 1 year. 2 years. 4 years. Well, the rumored 5 years. I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, it's open now. The visa, the immigration office is open. It's so strange to become an immigrant. You know, before I left America, again, it's just you and me talking, right? Before I left America, I essentially didn't imagine that I could be an immigrant because I'm an American. So everyone else is the immigrant. But sister, I tell you, I too can be an immigrant. Walking along, trying to read a foreign language and figure out which office building it is, with the things in, lost. Is it here? Is it there? Did I walk by it while I was musing semi-poetically? Is it on the other street? Where is it? Okay, I've figured out where I'm going again. This way. That's the way I'm going. I mean, you're always going this way when you think about it. But this is the way to the immigration office. I was 1 block in the wrong direction. These are the kind of places that when I'm in Japan by myself on a day like today, and I'm just like, well, what is that? That looks like fun. And then I would come back. I'm not going to be back. I'm going to be up on the mountain. I'll come back later, and then it'll be full of people, all tabataing and chit-chatting, and I don't know what the hell's going on. And I just feel like the little shy me is just like, I don't know what that is. I'm just going to go get a beer at the 7-Eleven. I'll get to the playground. Head north. Okay, baby. Not like a whole block away. It wasn't you I was talking to, okay? I was talking to the navigation system in that machine. It said head north. I guess immigration's a whole other block away. Whatever that is. See, there we go again. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is this bowl? What are they doing? This guy. With all these what is questions. Why don't you just learn Japanese, Martin? For the love of God! I mean, you're getting a 3-year visa and you don't even know what gadoogi is? Gadoogi is the default word that we use for all things we don't know in Japanese. I'm talking to my best friend. I'm lost again. Hang on. This has got to be it, right? This is it, right? I have arrived. Okay. Immigration. 6th floor. Immigration. Hopefully I'll come out of this holding a 5-year visa. Wouldn't that be something? All right. Let's see. Six. Don't know how this is going to work out. I hope it's more than 1 year. It'd be really great to have more than 1 year. This toy store that I'm standing in front of is a toy store that I've been coming to since I first came to Japan. My baby's now too big for that toy store. I received my visa. I have a new visa. I have working papers. I can work anywhere in Japan now. That's what a spousal visa means. It means I'm clear for takeoff. If anyone's hiring out there and you need a Martin, just slide into my DMs because I am wide slots of availability. I was going to tell you how long the visa was going to last for, but I realized that that's like just a little bit too much information. I share a lot with y'all, but I don't want to tell you like my visa start and end date. It's like one too many nugget of data. So I have a visa for an unspecified period of time, and I'm in Japan, and this is Shizuoka, and I'm going to get some lunch. We're going to go up the mountain. We'll take a look at this and that. The way the sky is looking, it looks pretty clear. The way I'm feeling, I think we'll have a chance to see Fuji-san and a few other random things along the way as we travel back up to my fortress of solitude. Wow, this is the place in Shizuoka City that has the really good fish. I'm not feeling man enough, nor do I have pan big enough to deal with this flounder, but man, that looks good. And this clam, I mean, you don't know how big my hand is, but that's a big boy. Wow. A lot of clams going on. This place often has this tuna don or tuna sashimi, and it's like 400 yen. Let's see if they have it. Hang on. They have, oh, here we go. 500. And I mean, this is so tasty. It's just ridiculous. I'm so full from my curry lunch celebration, but these tuna dons at 500 yen, I mean, tuna sashimi, tuna sets are just really, really good. Just below like Toro. So good. I feel bad not getting it. I'm just so stuffed that I can't even think about it. It's like dinner time, and obviously you can't have day-old sushi, but it's delicious. And this sakura shrimp, which I would never eat in America because, you know, I'm squeamish, but my mother-in-law here fries these up and they are delicious. This is the mysterious category. No one knows what that is. That's kept secret. And then also they have the tuna don, which is just so good. Oh my goodness. Just crazy for 500 yen. For those of you that are in the States, that's about $3.60 for like bluefin. Shh, don't worry, there are plenty of bluefin. It's a big conspiracy. Okay, I have one last thing. I've got my visa, and we are by the Abikawa River, and I've parked the Falcon here illegally. I discovered that if you go up this little path here by the Abikawa, little path that the Gaijin, singular, the Gaijin knows about, and you walk up here, And if the weather is just so, you can look over and you can see, oh, Fuji-san. You see over there? Look at her. Isn't that something else? Isn't that something else? Fuji-san. The old circular cloud sitting above her. This is the Shinkansen track over there that takes you into Shizuoka City. Further up that way is Tokyo. But here we are. Sometimes when I see things with like a fool like me in front of them, it makes them feel real. Like we've all seen Fuji-san a billion times, Mount Fuji a billion times, but here's me to kind of contextualize it. I don't know you, and you don't know me, but well, we kind of know each other, I guess, a bit. But here's what it really looks like when you're really here. It's the thing by the side of the freeway. So that's it. I wanted to share that with you. I now have the visa, and now I'm going to go the opposite direction. Tokyo's back that way, and my house, we're just starting the voyage back home. I live